Today on WSRH Extra, a growing crisis in one of Florida's biggest cities, as thousands face life without a place to call home.
Also, we take a trip down memory lane and reconnect with our inner childishness, but in a spooky way.
Plus, a place where community and history come together to keep old Tampa spirit alive. WSRH Extra
Starts now.
Welcome to this special episode of WSRH Extra. I'm Lily McAllister.
And I'm Sienna Coyalo. We're coming to you today from outside the 100-year-old Tampa Theater. This historic theater is shutting down in 10 days to begin a lengthy restoration.
So while theater lovers fought to preserve this landmark, we found Tampa has several stories where people are fighting to preserve.
The city of Tampa is facing a homelessness crisis. The numbers are heartbreaking, with nearly 2,000 people living in the streets. Homeless men, women, and children. Nearly 150 are military veterans that served our country and are now fighting to preserve their own lives. WSRH Extra reporter Luke Nizzolo has their story.
Amongst the diverse culture and many scenic views of Tampa lies one prevalent problem: homelessness. A recent study showed that there are nearly 2,000 homeless people in Tampa. Half are unsheltered.
I went down to Salvation Army the other day. They refused me, so I said, okay, I can sit at the courthouse. I sit at the courthouse in the mornings. I sleep up there to stay away from trouble. People come by me that work at the court. Hey, here's some food, or here's you a couple dollars. I don't go up there to beg.
And while many didn't choose to be on the street, some prefer this lifestyle.
Me as a person, you ask me personally, I chose to be out here.
Whether being homeless is their choice or not, they're actively being provided with the help they need.
Shoes, socks, clothes, blankets, anything you need to make you comfortable while you're out here. Oh yeah, there's plenty. There's ample amount of opportunities out here to get you off the streets. But you have to motivate yourself to get there if you want to be off the streets.
Undeniably, homelessness is a huge problem in Tampa, but organizations across the city are fighting to preserve human life. Reporting for WSRH Extra, I'm Luke Nizzolo.
We've seen the heartbreaking battle on our streets just to survive day to day. But in an unusual twist, we also found charity in a place of horror. WSRH Extra reporter Alexis Coffey takes us to the Florida State Fairgrounds for a horror convention called Scaradise.
Scaradise is an up-and-coming horror and pop culture convention featuring horror film stars, movie memorabilia, and lots of fans in costume. However, one booth stands out for their efforts to preserve childhood memories.
We get the kids at the booth and they laugh and they, have a great time and smiling all the time, and we give away prizes and raffles and all kinds of great stuff.
The actors, like Chris Weatherby, immerse themselves in the experience to help make long-lasting memories for the kids.
I don't want to see these kids just come and be like, oh, I'm here with my parents going to just meet a guy they don't know. They want to be able to see the character and experience it.
It opens up their imagination and lets them kind of be kids while they're here. So
the actors make the movie scenes come to life for all ages.
My favorite thing is I get to see a lot of horror things, stuff that I watched before and stuff that I never ever seen before.
While some kids view this event as a fun day trip, other kids view it as a huge impact on their life.
At the end of the year, we collect all those donations and they go to Ghost Corps, which is owned by Sony, and they just distribute it among our individual charities, which ours is Toys for Tots.
In previous years, for every dollar donated to Scaradise, 98 cents goes to gifting toys like this to children who are less fortunate during the holidays.
When I was younger, I was always part of a lot of charities that, some of my Christmases were actually toys from donations, so for me it's like giving back a lot.
Weatherby's goal is to pass on the same hope he received during his childhood to sustain the forever lasting memories made on Christmas morning. For WSRH Extra, I'm Alexis Coffey.
Wow, what a sweet take on a scary event. I'll stop by to drop off some toys, but I'm definitely keeping my distance from those scare actors. As we just proved, Florida's a melting pot of people from around the world. And while that makes things interesting, it can also be a fight to preserve your identity and the flavor of your culture. WSRH Extra reporter Lillian Amirian shows us how a Tampa restaurant is working to share their love of French cuisine.
Côte France, a small French cafe located in downtown Tampa, introduces us to a taste worth protecting.
The food is amazing. The food here is so good, and it just feels very French.
We try to make it as authentic as possible. We have our French-speaking staff, so we have imported croissants from France.
Unfortunately, in a world of big brand names, authenticity and culture often get overlooked.
It's really hard to compete against those because humans are creatures of habit, and so they'll go to the places that they know, and they'll be less likely to try small places like ours, even though the coffee may be arguably a lot better.
Despite these challenges, Côte France fights to persevere because
I think different cultures is what makes the U.S. what it is. You know, we're not just all the same. We have various backgrounds. We come from different places, and that's what it is to be American.
with this cafe and the workers here, this place is a symbol of happy memories, culture, and comfort.
I actually came to a cafe just like this one every single day, and I ate lunch here, and it was amazing. You know, those tarts right there, for example, I had one of those probably every day. Not the greatest for my health, but I really enjoy it. Voilà, madame.
Merci. It's these small places that are keeping culture alive in the U.S. Whether through music, food, or langue, they make America what it is today.
For WSRH Extra, I'm Lillian Amirian.
What began as a happy accident has blossomed into a historical sanctuary, a place full of personal stories and the goal to keep the past alive, one piece at a time. WSRH Extra reporter Nick Reddick takes us inside a shop where every item has a story.
Here in Seminole Heights, one man's trash is another man's treasure at Vintage Post Marketplace.
So my first apartment, I couldn't afford to go out and buy new furniture. And I just sort of thrifted and found, you know, unique things. And the next thing you know, everyone was asking me, where'd you find this? Or how did you do that? And I eventually got to a place where I could open a store, and it was my passion, and kind of just fell into it.
After starting from scratch, Vintage Marketplace called upon the community to help expand the business to new heights.
Basically what we do, we're a consignment store, so people bring us their furniture, we sell their furniture for them, and when it sells, we split the profits 50-50.
This strategy ensures that no item goes to waste.
Well, it means keeping it out of landfills, and it's recycling instead of throwing away. And there's a lot of history in some of the stuff we take, a lot of antiques.
This not only allows the business to preserve their pieces physically, but also historically.
Yeah, so all the old houses here, we definitely get a lot of new people coming in and moving in, and they want to kind of preserve the history of their home. And here you can see we have a lot of pieces that fit very well with the style of houses that are down here.
While the items may be old, they've been finding new life for more than 10 years in Clement's shop. For WSRH Extra, I'm Nick Reddick.
Thanks, Nick. That was definitely a throwback. Glad their fight is still strong. Well, that's it for this special edition of WSRH Extra in Tampa. I'm Sienna Collado.
And I'm Lily McAllister. Don't forget to follow us on social media on Instagram and YouTube at Seminole Ridge TV. Have a great day, Hawks!